Hi everybody, my name is Boss Mode Billy. I like to make gaming content as well as other videos. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you love Roblox as much as I do. I'm going to do more gameplay videos and walk for tutorials in the future, so make sure you ring that bell for notifications. Welcome back to Obby, but you're on a bike. This is World 29 Gamers. Are you a part of the Boss Mode Nation? Let me know in the comments below if you are Boss Mode. Let's get into it, gamers. When it comes to getting rich, most people think they need a magical formula or some kind of secret trick up their sleeve. But let's be real, becoming wealthy requires one thing: hard work and dedication. And I'm not just talking about working 9 to 5 for the next 40 years and hoping that somehow magically translates into financial success. I'm talking about setting your sights on a specific goal and then going after it with every ounce of energy you've got. Setting financial goals is essential to creating a clear path towards wealth because it gives you direction and focus. Without a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it's easy to get sidetracked by the status quo with the next shiny object that comes along. But when you set specific, measurable goals for yourself, you can start making deliberate decisions about how you spend your time and money. You can begin to eliminate distractions and prioritize the things that will actually help you get where you want to go. Think of it like this: if you're trying to run a marathon without training or even knowing what your finish line looks like, you're not going to make much progress. But if you map out a course, create a training plan, and commit to following through on it, suddenly the finish line doesn't seem so far away after all. Setting financial goals is like creating that course and training plan for your life. It's what allows you to take control of your finances and start making intentional decisions about how you'll get where you want to go. Now that we've talked about setting financial goals, let's dive into what it really takes to achieve them. Aiming to be rich requires an unwavering commitment to saving and investing. I know it sounds simple, but the truth is that most people don't take this step seriously enough. They think they can just wing it, or that getting rich will magically happen overnight if they just stumble upon the right opportunity. But the reality is that building wealth takes time, patience, and discipline. It requires you to be intentional about saving a portion of your income every month, and then investing those savings in assets that have a proven track record of growing over time. This means cutting back on unnecessary expenses, avoiding debt, and making smart financial decisions that align with your goals. Think of it like building a muscle. The more you work out, the stronger it gets. But if you're only showing up to the gym sporadically, or just going through the motions without really pushing yourself, you're not going to see much progress. Saving and investing are no different. The more consistently you prioritize them, the faster your wealth will grow. Of course, this doesn't mean it's always easy. There will be times when you feel like giving up, or when unexpected expenses come along and threaten to derail your plans. But if you're committed to being rich, you need to learn to overcome those obstacles and stay on track. This means automating your savings, avoiding get-rich-quick schemes, and staying focused on the long-term benefits of investing. When I started out on my own financial journey, I was just as guilty as anyone else of thinking that getting rich would be easy. But over time, I realized that it's not about luck or circumstance. It's about being consistent, disciplined, and committed to the process. And that's what I want to emphasize here. If you're serious about becoming wealthy, you need to take saving and investing seriously too. One of the most important habits you can develop on your journey to wealth is living below your means. Now, I know what you're thinking. But isn't it hard to cut back on expenses and deprive myself of things I enjoy? And my answer is yes, it can be tough at first. But trust me, the benefits far outweigh any temporary discomfort. When you develop the discipline to live below your means, you create a safety net that allows for increased financial flexibility. This means having money set aside for emergencies, being able to invest in assets that grow over time, and making smart decisions about how to allocate your resources. It's like having a backup plan, but instead of just being prepared for the unexpected, you're also positioning yourself for long-term success. Think about it. When you earn more than you spend, you build wealth. It's not rocket science, but it's surprising how few people actually do this. They might justify overspending by telling themselves they deserve a nice dinner or a fancy vacation, but the truth is that every dollar you spend on something non-essential is one less dollar that could be working for you in the long run. Developing discipline around your spending habits means making intentional choices about what you value most. Do you want to own a fancy car or a beautiful home? Or do you prefer to invest in experiences and memories with loved ones? Maybe it's both, but when you're living below your means, you have the freedom to make those choices based on your priorities, rather than just following societal norms. For me, living below my means has meant cutting back on things like dining out, subscription services, and unnecessary purchases. It's not about depriving myself of everything I enjoy, but about being mindful of where my money is going and making conscious decisions about how to use it. And let me tell you, the sense of peace and security that comes from knowing I have a solid financial foundation in place is priceless. Of course, this doesn't mean you can never indulge or treat yourself. It just means that when you do, it's because you thoughtfully considered whether that expense aligns with your values and goals. And if not, you're willing to make adjustments that really matters. That's the kind of discipline that leads to financial flexibility and ultimately wealth. One of the most liberating things about living below your means is the freedom it gives you to take calculated risks in pursuit of higher returns on investment. When you're not tied down by debt or worried about meeting the next month's expenses, you can start thinking more strategically about how to grow your wealth. This means being willing to venture out of your comfort zone and invest in assets that have a higher potential for growth, but also come with greater risk. It might be investing in real estate, starting a side business, or taking on a new investment opportunity that could potentially yield high returns. The key is to approach these risks with a clear head and a solid understanding of the potential upside and downside. When I first started out as an investor, I was hesitant to take on any risk at all. I thought that playing it safe was the best way to guarantee success, but what I learned quickly is that this approach often leads to mediocrity. By being too cautious, you miss out on opportunities for growth and can end up leaving money on the table. Of course, taking calculated risks doesn't mean throwing caution to the wind or making reckless decisions. It means doing your due diligence, gathering information, and carefully weighing the potential benefits against the potential costs. And it also means being willing to learn from your mistakes and adjust your approach as needed. For example, I invested in a real estate development project a few years ago that ended up not performing as well as I had hoped. But rather than getting discouraged, I used this experience as an opportunity to learn and improve my investment strategy. Today, I'm more confident than ever in navigating the ups and downs of the market. The freedom to take calculated risks is a powerful thing, but it requires discipline, patience, and a clear understanding of your financial goals. When you combine these qualities with the willingness to adapt and learn, you can start making real progress towards building wealth. And that's what I want to emphasize here. The ability to take calculated risks in pursuit of higher returns on investment is not just about getting rich. It's about living a more fulfilling life on your own terms. As we've discussed so far, building wealth requires discipline, hard work, and a willingness to take calculated risks. But what's often overlooked is that accumulating wealth can also bring with it a sense of responsibility, not just to oneself, but to others. When you reach a point where you have more than enough to meet your own needs, you begin to think about how you can use your resources to make a positive impact on the world. This might take the form of philanthropy, volunteering, or simply being a role model for those around you. And let me tell you, there's no greater feeling than knowing that your wealth is not just a personal achievement, but also a force for good. Philanthropy can take many forms, from donating to charitable causes to investing in social enterprises that drive positive change. It might mean providing financial support to loved ones or giving back to the community through volunteering or mentorship. Whatever form it takes, philanthropy has the power to create ripples of impact that extend far beyond our own lives. For me, giving back is not just a moral obligation, it's also a key part of my personal growth and fulfillment. When I'm able to use my resources to make a difference in someone else's life, I feel a sense of purpose and meaning that goes beyond mere wealth accumulation. It's a reminder that true wealth is not just about the numbers in our bank accounts, but about the positive impact we have on the world. Of course, philanthropy can also be a powerful tool for creating lasting social change. By investing in initiatives that address systemic issues like poverty, education, and healthcare, individuals with significant wealth can help drive real progress towards a more equitable society. As I look back on my own journey, I'm reminded of the countless people who have helped me along the way. Mentors, friends, family members, and strangers alike. And now, as I've accumulated more resources, I feel a sense of responsibility to pay it forward in some way. Whether through direct donations, investing in social enterprises, or simply using my platform to amplify important causes, I'm committed to making a positive impact that extends far beyond my own life. Ultimately, the accumulation of wealth is not just about getting rich. It's about creating opportunities for philanthropy and giving back to society. When we use our resources to drive positive change, we not only improve the lives of others, but also create a more fulfilling and meaningful life for ourselves. One of the most powerful aspects of accumulating wealth is the influence it brings with it. When you have significant resources at your disposal, you're no longer just an individual making personal choices. You become a force for good in the world. As a wealthy entrepreneur or business owner, you have the ability to effect positive change through your ventures and investments. You can create jobs, drive innovation, and bring products and services that improve people's lives into the market. Your success can also inspire others to pursue their own entrepreneurial dreams, creating a ripple effect of positive impact. But influence isn't just about scale, it's also about how you use your resources to make a difference. When I started my business, I made a conscious decision to prioritize social responsibility alongside profit. This meant sourcing materials from sustainable suppliers, paying fair wages to employees, and donating to local charities. Today, our company is recognized as a leader in corporate social responsibility, and we've been able to create meaningful change through our initiatives. From reducing waste and carbon emissions to supporting education programs for underprivileged children, we're proud of the impact we're making. Of course, influence isn't limited to business and entrepreneurship. Wealth can also be used to support philanthropic causes and charitable organizations that are working towards a common goal. By donating resources, expertise, or time, individuals with significant wealth can amplify the impact of these efforts and drive meaningful change. I've had the privilege of partnering with several nonprofit organizations over the years, using my business acumen to help them scale their impact. From developing new funding models to advising on strategic partnerships, I've been able to leverage my expertise to make a real difference in the lives of others. As wealth grows, so does influence, and this is where the true power lies. When individuals with significant resources are willing to use that influence for good, they can create lasting change that extends far beyond their own lifetimes. They become models and catalysts for positive transformation. Ultimately, the accumulation of wealth is not just about accumulating assets, it's about building a legacy of impact that will outlast you. As we continue to grow our wealth, let's remember that true success is not just about personal achievement, but about creating a better world for all. As we reflect on our journey towards accumulating great wealth, it's clear that the ultimate goal is not just about amassing riches or achieving financial success. Rather, it's about using those resources to leave a lasting legacy that outlasts us. When I think back on my own journey, I realize that the pursuit of wealth was never just about personal gain. It was about creating a better life for myself and my loved ones. But as time went on, I began to see that there was more to it than that. There was a sense of responsibility that came with having significant resources at my disposal. Today, I'm proud to say that I've been able to make a real difference in the world. From supporting education initiatives to investing in sustainable projects, I've been able to leave a lasting impact on the communities and causes that matter most to me. But it's not just about what we do with our wealth. It's also about who we become as a result of having it. When we are driven by a sense of purpose and responsibility, we're no longer just accumulating assets, we're building a legacy that will outlast us. I remember a conversation I had with my grandfather many years ago, when he was still alive and running his own business. He told me that the key to success wasn't just about making money or achieving fame. It was about leaving something behind that would make a difference in the lives of others. Those words have stuck with me ever since, and I've come to realize that they're not just advice for building wealth. They're guidance for living a life of purpose and meaning. When we focus on creating a lasting legacy, we begin to see that wealth is no longer just about us. It's about the impact we can make on the world. As we conclude this journey through the world of great wealth, I want to leave you with one final thought. The pursuit of wealth is not an end in itself, it's a means to an end. It's a tool that allows us to create lasting change, drive positive impact, and build a legacy that will outlast us. So let's use our wealth wisely, my friends. Let's use it to leave a mark on the world that will be remembered for generations to come. Let's strive to be not just wealthy individuals, but leaders, role models, and agents of change. And as we do, let's never forget that true success is not just about what we achieve. It's about who we become in the process. Thanks for watching! If you want to see more of this content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell. Peace out, gamers!